What's up, everyone? It's Charles here with RocketPunchArmy to do a review of this thing here that just came in today, and I forgot all about it. It just came in. Boom, surprise. It's a Transformers Masterpiece MP-28 Cybertron Cavalier Hot Rodimus. First thing that strikes me is the size of the box. Very teeny, same size as other Transformers Masterpiece figures. Having said that, it's weird because it almost, when I took it out, something looked a little off. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the imaging here is a little brighter than I've been normally accustomed to. But other than that, it's exactly the same as everything else. It's got the matte background with the shiny bits here and the little foil Transformers Masterpiece logo. The back, we see the usual photography with the gimmicks and, of course, scale comparisons with other Autobots, namely Ultra Magnus here, and a little thing here that shows you all the little included pieces, including the fishing rod as seen in the movie. And I haven't actually opened mine yet, so you will be here to witness my my first impression. I want to carefully open this as I would anything else that's collectible of mine, and go ahead, open this flap. Looks like the tape has come off the tray here. Hopefully nothing's been rattling around. Alright, set the box aside. Okay, so we got this here. This is the little spec sheet, or spec card actually, and the instruction booklet, which is in full color. And here we see the fishing rod. We also see Hot Rod, or Hot Rodimus, and the little weapons and gimmicks, including the little pizza cutter here. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. I don't even know how this happens, like crushed plastic when the box is like nice. I think they're just shoving it in there. It's weird. This tape is almost completely off. This is completely off. So is this one. I guess they're using cheaper tape. Normally, try to take that tape off, it leaves like 6 pounds of glue on there. Let's go ahead and remove that. Alright, here we are. Okay, thank God those aren't scratches. Yeah, very teeny. It's like a really small version of, the MP-09. Very nice. I like it. Now that I have it in hand, I was a little afraid I wouldn't like it too much, but it feels nice. It's a nice decent size. All right, which is what a lot of people were looking for when this was first announced. And I love the way they did the little tampo fire here. Very sharp. It's all centered correctly, so there's no kind of offsetting of the tampo, which is really cool. And it looks like this here is painted. Can't really tell if I guess some of it is molded in that kind of purplish, maroonish color, and then some of it's painted. Over here you can see a big color difference. I'm sure they did their best to match, but not really that match compared to this. But it looks like that's going to be one of those types of plastics that are more resilient than the rest of the figure. So maybe it's a good thing they did that, but it would be nice to see it match a little bit more. All right, as far as wheels, we got plastic wheels with silver detailing in the center there, in the rim. You can see most of the robot here. It's pretty much Rodimus already. Got nice chrome. I don't like this here. That's obviously where they break it off the tree. You'll see it here repeated twice. So it's connected to the tree in 4 spots, which is a little strange. You get the chrome little engine here and a clear translucent blue windscreen. Now I don't expect this to be much of a roller. As a matter of fact, the front wheels are not touching. Most likely due to the fact that his little chest piece here sticks out a lot. I don't even think there's a way to push that in anymore. This is how it is straight out of the box. So it's not rolling at all. And again, this is a cloth fabric, so it's not really grippy with plastic, but again, it's not really touching. You can see that little imbalance there, which is probably just some adjustments that need to be made. In any case, it probably would just slide around since these are plastic wheels anyway. All right, so it does come with the photon laser, which you can attach in vehicle mode. And to do that, you want to fold these back on both laser guns, and it just pops right in. It looks like that's spring loaded, although it is kind of hard to put in there. so we're not going to force that too much. This one pops in a little bit easier. Very close to hitting the wing here, which is painted, so if scuffs bother you, just be careful with that. And then you can just tilt them a little bit, not too much. So that's what it looks like with the weapons. You can also attach the weapon here. All you gotta do is lift up the engine part here and attach it in this little square peg. You gotta make sure the engine's pushed all the way back, and then it'll just barely squeeze right in there. Alright, so we have Wheeljack here lined up just to give you an idea of how he scales with another Autobot. I don't have a lot of vehicles in vehicle mode, so we're just going to do it with this one, but pretty much if you're a Transformers fan, Masterpiece fan, you'll know how they scale with each other. But here, it gives you an idea of how Hot Rod scales with Wheeljack. So it looks like it's in line with the rest of the Autobot cars, which is a cool thing. I really like that, instead of having like some big gigantic spaceship boat you know, next to the other Autobot cars. So really cool the way they did that. And of course, we are going to see if Hot Rod fits in here. Just gonna pull these out. My name's Hot Rod. You know why they call me Hot Rod, the ladies? It's because I have flames on my hood. Ha ha ha. Anyway, he goes right in and he fits perfectly, right? Which, you know, why wouldn't he? He's the same size as the other ones. So yeah. Alright, so before we jump into transformation, I am reviewing the instruction booklet. Here's your typical instruction booklet, full color. Got some nice photography, some line art, and some bits from the movie. Alright, so they've always done that with the instruction sheets. Pretty much is just have little scenes where these you know, gimmicks are being used. So that's nice, including the fishing rod. Alright, and his little kind of seated position there. And of course the transformation, which is, let's see, 28 steps, 29 if you include the actual robot self. And what's cool, it's got the little drop down visors, which is awesome. It's also got a spot for the matrix, and if I'm not mistaken, it does not come with the matrix, and I don't think I have one somewhere around here. We'll see about that. Alright, so let's see what else. We also got the spec card, which is nice glossy cardboard. Got some nice artwork. We turn it around back, we get his little specs down here. For the most part, they're all 10s, except for this one that's 7 and this one that's 9. Can't read Japanese. So we're going to use my trusty Google Translate. Oops, who's that? Let's see. Alright, we just get Google Translate here. So all you need to do is scan the text that you want. Hopefully it's clear enough for it to be able to translate. And I think it does. So number 9 is speed. Oops. Right there, it says speed. I don't know what the other stuff is. It's probably just because it's not really clear text. And number 7, we have Il Yuichi ki Ikasaki Mili. Whatever that means. Alright, normally that works very well on clear text. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and get this guy transformed. And here's Hot Rod, all done. Now I was hoping having this in hand would give me a different opinion that I had of him beforehand. So let me explain myself. Like Ironhide, for example, the pictures didn't do him justice. He looked kind of awkward. When I finally got him, I really liked him. This guy still feels, to me, I guess to some extent, like what he looked like in the pictures, which is pretty much like the big upper body and the teeny little afterthought legs. I think more than anything it's because I'm so used to seeing the MP-09, because this is actually not that bad, but because we're so used to seeing those thicker thighs, longer legs with the MP-09, I think that's probably what distorts this a little bit. But it is a very nice looking figure. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty solid. It's not, you know, too loose in anything. You know, the weight will bring the knee down, but as you can see, it's you know, pretty, you know, firm overall. Probably through the use of transformation and stuff like that, may loosen up a bit, but for now this is how it is, and this is how I'm going to keep it because I don't plan on transforming it many times. Having said that, we're going to do some scale comparisons. Here's good old Ironhide. Right, so we're going to just pan up here, see what they look like side by side. They're directly next to each other, so we all know Ironhide is a little bit bigger of a figure. Here he is next to my custom MP-29. Yeah, I guess having him next to him now, look at what I mean. This has like such a nice kind of proportion to it. I don't know if I have everything set right, but look at the legs, you know, nice beefy thighs. And this is one of the reasons I didn't even transform it into vehicle mode to show you the comparison, because this is all painted and it's just going to scuff up like crazy. So I apologize for that. But this is so you can see the size difference between the original Masterpiece Rodimus Prime and the new Hot Rodimus. And by the way, the MP-09 is a Hasbro version that's been repainted, not a Takara. And here is the MP-10 right next to him. Here is Andras, or Scourge, Masterpiece. And here he is with Tesla, because I don't think Tesla gets enough love, which is a Masterpiece Scale Perceptor. And here he is with Transistor, which is a Masterpiece Scale Blaster. And I just had to throw Sun Surge in here, just because I had to. Because it's one of my newest additions to the Masterpiece line, besides Hot Rodimus here. Now I was going to do a comparison with RC, but I don't know where my daughter put her, so we're going to just continue on. We'll attach his weapons here, we'll open his little hands, and the weapons attach very much the same way as every other Masterpiece, which is a little tab and a little slot in the palm. Right, and this actually wasn't even that bad to get in there. A lot of times you got to fight with it, sometimes it doesn't wedge in. This doesn't hold so securely in there in the tab, but when you get the fingers wrapped around, it seems to situate itself quite nicely, actually. Look at that. It's one of the best I've come across so far in the Masterpiece line. So you can see what it looks like there with the photon laser and this other gun there. Then he's also got another hidden weapon right under here. Too bad I can't show you guys. And he's got the good old pizza cutter in case he gets hungry. Alright, so this is obviously meant to replicate a spinning blade. It's even got little lines etched in to make it look like it's spinning, but it also does spin regardless. To use that, you do have to open the panel here, bring the fist back in, and you'll see it's a little thing, a little twisty thing. It looks like a little screw. You just pop this in there, or you screw it in. No, actually it just wedges right in, and there you go. You can use a little pizza cutter. Now, I haven't been keeping up with all the designers. I know there's a new designer in the Masterpiece line. This doesn't have the feel of, like, let's say, like a Sideswipe or one of the older Autobot cars. It has more of like a TurboTrax feel, maybe like an Ironhide, probably the same designer throughout those. But I like it. It's different, but it still fits very nicely in the Masterpiece line. It's got some pretty good articulation, which actually brings me to the next thing. Almost forgot all about it. Is the little fishing rod, which we're going to get him seated like it shows in the booklet here and the movie. And you'll see it's got a nice flex to it, just like you know, it would have if you're fishing. But let's check out the articulation. We got the head here, looks really way up and pretty decent down. Got side to side, but he's got these little things that get in the way of his mouth. We got the shoulders like this, then swivel around. They also get this moving outwards, which is more because of the transformation. We have a bicep swivel. We also have elbow, double jointed actually. And then we have wrist here, and you saw the little hand open up before with the guns. We have waist, and check this out. We got ab crunch, which is really cool. We move down to the hip skirts here. We get the skirts here, and then we get this that goes up, and then we have the legs that go out. I don't know how far they actually go out. Actually, they go out pretty far. You'll see the little ball joint there. Legs go forward this way. You also got the little knee bend here, which is also double jointed, which is very nice. We got the thigh swivel. Move down to the feet here. The feet do have ankle tilt and also back and forth. Now, before we show you the fishing rod, there's a couple things I wanted to let you guys know, because I have to go through the sequence pretty quick. It's just some of the cool little neat things that I found during transformation, like the way certain parts like tab in to make him solid, because while you're transforming you're thinking like, wow, this is loose, there should be a way to tab it, and boom, there's tabs. So this whole section up here tabs at the very bottom very securely. These shoulders tab into the side here. I'm hoping that'll never end up just getting loose or whatever, but it does hold pretty tight for now. And then you got tabs on the front and the back of the knee here to hold this part of the bottom here. As you can see, mine came loose, so we're just going to pop that little tab in right there, just like that. That way it holds that part very firmly. So it's really cool. They worked in a bunch of things. Even here it bolts right in, or not bolts, but it tabs right in there. So very neat. So I'm going to go ahead and do the little fish pole thing. So to do that, you're going to bring the shoulders forward. You're going to have to untab them just so they can come around forward to hold the fishing pole with both arms here. And then you want to get the legs out to the sides this way, spin them around, bring this around. I'm going to have to look at the book in just a moment, but it's something like this. To get these feet to get together, you got to pull the little heels in. That way they kind of touch this way. And then you're going to want to attach the fishing pole. Alright, so here's Hot Rod and Daniel fishing for some bearded clam. We'll move ahead and check out the little visor gimmick here. So you're just going to lift up the front of his helmet. He's got a little teeny visor. And I suggest being careful. It is translucent plastic, and of course mine does not want to come out. Again, be very careful. Translucent plastic is always very brittle. This is kind of annoying. There we go. And bring this down. And looks pretty cool with the little visor there. Another cool gimmick he has is if we grab here, this side, his chest opens. You want to just be careful with the paint rubbing here, so just move this up, get it out of the way, and you'll see there's a little section here where you can put in a matrix. Now this matrix I believe is a KO one, but it should still fit. Alright, and there you are. Alright, so that's going to bring us to the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. It's very cool to be back doing reviews again consistently. If you want to pick one of these up, you can use the link in the description below to bigbadtoystore.com where you can get one. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Until next time, bye bye.